Everybody, and welcome to another Game Maker tutorial. In this video we're going to be going over the Draw GUI event, and we're actually going to be using it to draw in our health, our XP and our level as well. So let's jump right in. First thing we're going to do is we're going to create an object. We're going to call this object every. So we're going to put this in every single room, and I just find it easier. You don't have to do this, you can put it in your player. Some people use object globals, but every room I can put anything I need to put in every single room into this code bit. So we're not going to give it any sprite. It doesn't need to. We're not actually going to be able to see it, so it doesn't matter. And we're going to have a create event. We're going to drag over a bit of code from control and make this big. This is quite a small bit. So we're going to set the GUI size. So what this does is it just basically says this is going to be how big our GUI is going to be. I better explain actually what the GUI is. So the GUI is basically a layer that you see on your screen wherever you go in the room. So if we're walking around, it still follows us. So the draw itself will not follow us. It'll just be, say, here in the room, and then when we walk off to here, it's gone. The GUI will follow you from here to here. It'll be in the same space all the way along. So in this case, it'll be down here, this sort of area. So we want it to be the size of our view, which is 640 by 360. I don't actually know if we might not have set the view, so let me just check that quickly. I can't remember. It's a week. Yeah, we did do the view. So as you can see, it's 640 by 360. So go back into our every. And that's it for the create event. Now we're going to do our draw GUI event. So it's just draw and then draw GUI. Gonna have a bit of code, and I'm just making some of this up now. We'll make this a bit bigger. This can get a bit complicated. I'll try and explain it best I can though. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. 3 slashes basically gives our little code bit. So this bit here, just an execute piece of code. If we put a name in here, so name, let's say, it comes up there, name. So when we're going through it again, we can easily see what it was. So we're going to call it draw in our stats, because that's what we're going to be drawing in. So we're going to introduce something called var, which makes a temporary variable, just stores a number, or well, in this case it's a number, but sometimes you can store strings, so bits of text in that as well. But basically when it's used it, so when it's finished this code, it'll just delete this variable, so we don't get clogged up with variables that we don't need, basically. Because trust me, you do not want a load of random variables. I made that mistake on my game, and I'm having to sort this out now. So we're just going to call, this is the name of the variable, we're just going to call it view h, because that's basically what it is. So our view h view, then we want 0. So what this is it's saying the height of our view of 0. So again, if you want to look at anything here, if you press down on the middle of your mouse wheel, you know, the scroll up and down one, you can actually read about it. So yeah, it's basically the height of our view. So we can just call on this easily later. Oh, on that there. So we're going to draw the level first. So what level we are. So we're going to draw text color. So as the name suggests, we're just going to be drawing some text, and we're going to be able to set what color it is. So I think it's black in this example, but you can change that to whatever you want, as I'll show you later. So we're going to have it. Again, these values I'm just popping out my head. You can change them, toggle it around, you know, wherever you want to put it. You just change these values. But I find these ones work quite well. So then we're going to go back to our view H bit, which we made here. We're going to take away 30. So we're going to have... Well, let's just make it happy. So, this is our X position, so 550. This is our Y position. So it depends on how high our view is, so you can change your view and it still. And then we're gonna, this is our actual text, so what we're gonna say, we're gonna have this. But we also want to add in what our level is, so we don't want just want level and a colon. That wouldn't make much sense. So we're gonna use a function called string. And what this does, it turns a number into a string, and basically this is a string, it's just text. So we're going to turn our global dot level into a string, so a bit of text as opposed to a number. I'll just check I've actually set the level variable. No, we haven't, so we need to go into our player create. I'm just going to add global dot level. To start off with, it's going to be 0, a 1 even. So later you'll be able to like get more XP, level up, but at the minute we don't really need that, seeing as we're not going to be defeating any monsters yet. That'll probably be my next video, by the way. So, oh, looking at the wrong bit now. So now we're just going to have our colours. So it's just going to be C black. The C just stands for colour. So you can pick any of these colours really, but I'm just going to go for plain and simple black. It takes 4 colours this. And then you do your alpha, transparency. So 1 is not transparent at all, so you can, it's solid. You know, 0.1 is quite see-through, etc, etc. This bit's a bit more complicated actually, so we're going to be drawing the HP. And what we want is a nice little bar, a HP bar. Now, I think there's a draw HP bar function, but I don't like it, because you can't choose many things. So, if HP is bigger than 0, we're going to draw it. Because we don't want, if we're on 0, we want it gone. We don't want little bitty bits. Because I had that before, it didn't look very nice. Especially if we can't actually die yet. I might do that quickly at the end. So we're going to draw a rectangle with a colour. So it's like I'll draw text, but we're just going to be drawing a rectangle. And as you can see down here, this actually takes one x value, well, 2 x values, so 1 point at the start and 1 point at the finish, 2 y values, 4 colours, and whether it's got an outline or not. So we don't want it to have an outline, because this is actually going to be our main bit. This bit gets a bit confusing, so if we don't understand it, basically just makes a load of values to do with our view. So minus 18. then we're going to have 8 plus global.hp times by 100 divided by our max HP. I'll just check I've set them as well. I might not have set some of these. No, we have. We've done that. So what this will do is it will say our HP is 5. We'll get 500, and then we're dividing 500 by our max HP, which is 10. So we'll get 50, maybe, possibly, something along those lines. Anyway, don't question me on my math skills. It works. Just leave it at that. So we're gonna have it maroon, I think. Maroon, and we'll have some like red as well, because it needs to, a health bar needs to be red as well. I'll just make this bigger so you can actually see all of it. It's a bit hard to see at the minute. There we go. And what this bit at the end does, it says outline. So if we've got it set to false, what it will do is it will draw like a filled in rectangle, which is what we want. We want a bit of an outline as well though, so we can see how much it was and how much we've lost. So we're going to draw another rectangle. And actually, you can just copy all this. So Control C and Control V, just copy and paste shortcuts, which are, and what we're going to replace this with is 108, because we know if our HP originally was 10, then this bit here would give us 100, and we're going to add that onto 8. So this would be our full HP, would be 108. Have I got any other? Oh yeah, and we don't want red anymore. We don't want a red outline, we want a white one. So I'll just copy and paste that actually as well. It'll be quicker. Whoops. Maybe not. And we do want an outline, because we do just want the outline of this. We don't want filled in bit. And is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. We'll see later if it isn't. So we can draw the HP in numbers, because we want an overlay. So over this, we do actually want to see visually, be able to read what our HP is. So this is relatively easy. So we can draw text. It just takes an X value, so in this case can be 40. Takes a Y value, which is going to be our view H minus 20. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use a function called round, which, as you can guess, it rounds it to the nearest whole number, basically. Oh, we don't want that. So if our HP for some odd reason is a decimal, we don't want it to draw the decimal on. So if you've got like a regenning bit, so if you want it to go up every so often, this is where it comes into play. So it's just going to round our HP, basically. And This is the bit where I'm making it up because I think this needs to be in a string, I think. And we also want, so we're going to plus that plus, wait, is this, oh, have I done this wrong? Oh, I've done it outside the things, that's why. Yeah, there we go. So then we're gonna have my max HP. So what this is doing is it's gonna round our HP. It's gonna put a slash in the middle, and it's gonna have our max HP on the other side. So it'll give us an effect that looks a bit like this. So it'll be like, I know, 7 out of 10. Now we're going to draw the XP. So if well, I'm just going to check if we've set this already. I'll quickly do the XP. Might be slightly long video, might be slightly shorter, I don't know at the minute. But yeah, put that on. And we'll go and draw our XP. So if we'll got EXP. Well, I'm not doing EXP because for some reason that's a built-in function. So EXP R, it just means XP basically. So if it's bigger than 0, because we don't want to draw if it's 0. We're going to draw rectangle color, and we're going to have a starting X position of 150. We're going to go back to our view H. We're going to take away 10. So just put it at the bottom of the screen, basically. We're going to then get our XP, times it, that's what this little star means, by the way, if you don't know, by 470, and divide it by our max XP, and then we're going to add it on to 150. So it's very complicated. All it does is makes a pretty bar, basically. If you really want to know what it is, I can explain it fully through the comments or private message or something, but it's not necessary. You can probably work it out for yourself. And so this is going to make it in a sort of limey green sort of colour. I found it looked quite nice. So that's what I envision XP as being. So we're going to draw another yeah, let's just copy this over again. And again, instead of this, we're going to have our max, which will be 620. And we're going to have it in white as well. Wait. Just copy this over again. Oh, I've done it wrong again. And we do want an outline. So basically this is just exactly the same as our HP. It's just in a nice sort of longish bar at the bottom, which you'll be able to see. And yeah, that's it for our object every. So we're going to stick it in the room as well, obviously. So we'll just stick it in that top corner. And now, hopefully, we'll be able to play it and see. Let's see if it draws on our nice little bars and stuff. Oh dear, we've got an error here. So, dealing with errors. Come across errors a lot of the time. Yeah. Basically, this is how I read the error. So it comes down here. So what it's trying to do is trying to add something, and it's struggling. So it shows. So it's in every object in the Draw GUI event on line 15. I don't think it actually shows you what it is here. So we'll go into it. Don't actually know what the issue is here. I've never run into this issue before. Might be to do this string, so we'll just take it out. It might solve a bit of issues, a few issues. There. We'll see again, see if that works. I'm worried it might be something to do with my adding. Yeah, something to do with my adding. There's something wrong with it. I'll just do what I did before, to be honest. It works, it's simple. What we do is we just draw them on exactly as what they, yeah, just like that pretty much. And oh, what's gone? Ah, I'm just gonna change these values and to this. So it's a sort of long-winded way of doing it, but it's simple. And this will work. I'm pretty sure this will work. Yeah. So here we go. Here's our health. This is our XP, so it'll fill up with. So yeah, you just saw it going down. So obviously at the minute it can go into like crazy minus numbers. But yeah, we'll actually come up with a bit so it'll only attack like a second or something. And this will fill up as we go with XP, and our level will change as well. So I hope you enjoy this video. Look out for the next video coming out next week, hopefully. Remember to subscribe, like, comment with any issues or suggestions that you have, and I'll talk to you later.